Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, Alaska Bush flying legend lost in Cessna 180 accident. Sole surviving Condor Legion BF-109 up for sale. Pilot standards stall Senate committee on FAA Reauthorization. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Alaska Bush flying legend lost in Cessna 180 accident. Alaska State Troopers reported that noted Bush pilot, television personality, aviation executive, and longtime Alaska resident Jim Tweto, age 68, lost his life in an as-of-yet poorly understood aircraft accident in the vicinity of Shaktoolik, Alaska, a coastal settlement of some 251 residents approximately 110 nautical miles east-southeast of Nome. An NTSB social media account set forth at 15:59 Alaska Daylight Time that the agency was, quote, investigating the crash of a Cessna 180H airplane near Unalakleet, Alaska. Alaska State Troopers received an SOS notification transmitted from an inReach satellite communications device at 11:48 ADT on Friday, June 16th. Witnesses reported the Cessna 180 failed to gain altitude after departing Shaktoolik Airport, a state-owned public-use single-gravel runway airfield 1 nautical mile northwest of Shaktoolik Central Business District, as it were. Tweto made his way to Alaska at age 18. He settled in Unalakleet, marrying Furno Tweto, with whom he founded a flying concern. In 1990, the Twetos' flying company merged with Hageland Aviation, which in turn merged with Era Alaska. In 2009, Era, under the auspices of CEO Jim Tweto, merged with Frontier Flying Service. And coming up after the break, Sporty's Revamps CFI refresher course.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Unbridled passion, unequaled performance, unlimited possibilities.
Hartzell Aviation, you are cleared for takeoff.
Introducing Hartzell Aviation, leading general aviation companies united by the Hartzell guiding principle of built on honor. A commitment to uphold the highest standards in quality, performance, and support. Hartzell Propeller, Hartzell Engine Tech, Hartzell Aerospace Welding. We are Hartzell Aviation.
Now boarding at hartzellaviation.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. Sporty's Revamps CFI refresher course. Sporties has updated its online flight instructor refresher course for 2023, adding a bevy of new topics for up-to-date focus areas and a sleeker, higher-quality user interface than previous packages. The offering is a fine way to get lapsed flight instructors back up to speed, particularly in a time when the FAA has increasingly looked to them to serve as the bulwark of GA flight safety. The FERC follows the same general flow of other Sporties courses, providing lesson material, graphics, new weather tools, regulatory updates, safety trends, and review quizzes. Oshkosh Anniversaries announced. AirVenture will celebrate a handful of milestones. The Midget Mustang will be the elder statesman of the group, the aerobatic Sportster celebrating its 75th anniversary. The Whitman Tailwind, a 2-seat high-wing piece by race pilot Steve Whitman, will celebrate its 70th. The first home-built aircraft to circumnavigate the Earth, Thorpe's T-18, sees its 60th anniversary. The Hyperbipe Soral Aviation's 2-seat aerobatic biplane and one of ANN CEO Jim Campbell's favorite planes will celebrate a half-century and round out the group of older designs. The young bucks of the group include Sonex, celebrating its 25th, and Van's RV-10, celebrating its 20th. Enstrom returns to AirVenture. Enstrom announced its 2023 return to AirVenture will see the company debut no fewer than 3 new helicopters at the EAA's incomparable Oshkosh summer event. Enstrom's management and staff look upon AirVenture 2023 as an opportunity to reintroduce the storied mark to the world and publicly set forth, quote, "We're back and we're building quality, affordable helicopters once more," end quote. Enstrom is particularly eager to unveil a trio of new rotorcraft, which includes the company's new 480B and 280FX models. Indigo places record-setting aircraft order. Indigo had placed a firm order for a staggering 500 A320 narrow-body airliners. thereby setting the record for the largest single purchase agreement in commercial aviation's 109-year history. Indigo, formerly Interglobe Aviation Limited, doing business as Indigo, is an Indian low-cost airline headquartered in New Delhi. Commanding a 57.5% share of its homeland's domestic air travel market, Indigo is India's largest airline by the metrics of passengers carried and fleet size. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Sole surviving Condor Legion BF-109 up for sale. One of the earliest intact BF-109s is up for grabs from platinum fighter sales. The 1938 Messerschmitt BF-109E-1 started its career with the Condor Legion in Spain, flying with their Air Force through 1950. It was discharged from official SAF service then, flying as a trainer through 1958. The aircraft made its way into its current owner's hands in 1981, meaning it has an impressively short history of ownership for an 85-year-old warbird. The owner has lost his medical, putting an end to 42 years of ownership. The aircraft's lifetime undoubtedly has more than a few stories to tell, from its time with the German aviators cutting their teeth in the prelude to World War II, or the rediscovery of the damaged aircraft in 1965 by a Spanish historian poking around a local field. As things often are with a training aircraft, this aircraft has had a few scrapes and slides over the years, with at least 2 forced landings reported as a result of fuel starvation. The BF-109 is being restored in southwest Germany by Meyer Motors of Bremgarten and has been in the works since 2012. It's been the recipient of a full bottom-up restoration, bringing it back to its original condition as closely as possible. And coming up after these messages, Pilot Standards stall Senate Committee on FAA Reauthorization.
Throughout the globe, Piper Aircraft has hand-selected the very best in company representation, service, and support. From first inquiry to acquisition to product support, Piper Aircraft ownership is seamless and worry-free. Piper Aircraft authorized dealers, factory trained, factory connected.
Skyleader Aircraft offers a lineup of the most powerful, durable, and efficient light sport aircraft in the industry. From trainers to roomy cockpits for long hauls, Skyleader has an aircraft for you. And the best part? They're in your budget. Skyleader's base prices are set low to give you room to customize your aircraft to your needs, desires, and wallet, allowing you to put your money where it matters to you most. Visit flyskyleader.com today to learn about our aircraft, customization options, and chat with the team.
Welcome back. Pilot Standards stall Senate Committee on FAA Reauthorization. The U.S. Senate's FAA Reauthorization Act of 2023 saw friction out of the gate in committee, with disagreements over changing PIC requirements for air carriers. The looming pilot shortage, long prophesied but probably real this time, has spurred renewed debate as to exactly how much experience pilots should be required to have. Currently, both the House and Senate have their own versions of a possible FAA reauthorization bill. The bill in Congress tends to add more for general aviation, with specific considerations for bolstering the professional pipeline into maintenance and flight careers. News on the Senate committee combing through the bill wasn't so positive on June 15th, when the bill's scheduled markup was postponed over the pilot requirements included in the House bill. Pilot requirements after the 1500 TT change have remained a sticking point for many, adding considerable cost and time to pilot qualification in a time when pilots are increasingly in short supply. The House bill would allow for 150 more hours of that ATP total time to be completed in an approved flight simulator. A very active lobbying group has managed to hold their ground so far, however. The Families of Flight 3407 group has managed to make any reduction in pilot requirements a daunting order for legislators. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching!